Alright, welcome back to episode 2 of my GPU Bitminer case build that I'm returning into a actual CPU gaming case. Today we're going to start putting all of those pieces of the hardware that I had from my one game computer into the other case. Alright, don't forget, if you like the video, subscribe, hit that like button, and let's get this thing started. Alright, so I got a lot of the parts out than which I want to do. Motherboard, the dual graphics cards, my power supply, my radiator and water cooling. Note to self, make sure you clean your stuff out quite often. I thought I did a good job of cleaning, but clearly I did not. That's insane. That's disgusting. Yep, it's everywhere. So I'm gonna clean this stuff out and yeah, see how that goes. If you're going to vacuum out, make sure you use a vacuum with a plastic nozzle, even though nothing is connected, especially when it's on. Best thing in the world, can there. Alright, so now that I got everything out, I'm going to start seeing what it looks like inside. I had to take my actual cooling piece off because I wanted to reconfigure it when I put it into the case. But I'll show you guys how to clean your processor and put some new thermal paste on. This one looks like it needs it, so we'll walk through those steps also. Alright, so I got everything taken out that I wanted, and I cleaned off the dust on this thing. You can actually see through it now. I ran it through some hot water and got most of the dust out. Now I want to show you how to clean all this gunk off. Every time you change out the heatsink off your processor, the old thermal paste, you want to get it off because when you put it back on again, you want to put new thermal paste. If you just wipe it off, it should come right off. But you know you're going to want to use, see how nasty that is? Once you do this, you use some isopropyl alcohol to get it all the way off. I feel like I might have done this a long time ago. Ugh. Get those nice and clear as much as you can. And then got some just regular isopropyl alcohol. Just run some on it. Should get that real nice. You want the connection between this and your processor to be nice, because if not, the transfer of heat won't be that good. You'll lose some processing power. Heat, computer's worst enemy. Nice and smooth. I'm gonna repeat that, the same step for your processor, as I got it here on the board. I'm just gonna remove that too. Oh yeah. Nice and smooth. Alright, now that I got that motherboard nice and clean, I'm going to see if I can put it in this case and see what it matches out. This is an old Maximus 5 Extreme motherboard. It was really good when it originally came out, but it's been some time. Very nice. Let's see. These have little holes on them where you can put them on these standoffs, so you can mount it into the board onto the case. And here it already came with several different ones. I don't know if you can see them because they're all black now. But yeah, these little standoffs right here. That's what we're going to put this board on and see if we can do it. I like to have it laying down when doing this, just because you're going to put the board on it and rest it, and you don't want to hurt anything or break anything. Let's see what we get. that's what it's going to look like in there. I only put 2 screws in for now, but I'll show you. It's in it. That's a lot of space. It's going to be great. I'm going to go ahead and finish screwing this in. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and mount this guy in here just to see how these cables are going to be ran, because there is a crap ton. Yeah, let's see what this looks like. Now, I went back and forth between whether or not I wanted the power supply to be mounted on the bottom or on the top, because I wanted to keep the weight obviously bottom heavy as opposed to top heavy. And I think that this is going to be the best option, because I'm going to have this conduit that I nicely made and painted, and I bent these so I can put holes in it. And I'm going to have it mounted like right here on the inside. You shouldn't be able to see it once I put the other boards up, but I'm going to run all the cables through it. Cable management. Alright, and I like how that looks so far. Let's see what we can do with this water cooling kit. Alright guys, so I went ahead and installed the wiring conduit that I wanted to put. I just drilled 2 holes into the back and put it in there. Comes out the back here. 2 bolts. I'll paint those later. But I like the way that looks. Now I'm going to mount the radiator and fans. And I figured that I'm going to mount it to the front because I wanted to come in, cool air, exhaust out the back. I'm going to use the 4 fan on this one. See how that works. 4 fan should work great. Yeah. I like the inlets coming from the in and out. If you ever are wondering which way your fan actually blows, on the actual fan itself, really small, see if it focuses. Focus, Jaffa. Well, anyway, there are in and outwards on here. It tells you which way the airflow is going and which way the actual fan is rotating. Alright, I don't have it tightened down, but I think that's going to look pretty neat with the red in there. Coming around this way, and yeah. Now I'm going to have 2 fans on this side also, so it's going to be a quad fan. 2 in, 2 coming out. And then I'm obviously going to fill these also. But as you can see, this reaches nicely where it needs to be. Yeah. Alright, my main concern was the cables going all the way. But looks like it does, which is good. Alright, I'm going to tighten this up and put all the fans on and get back to you after that. Okay, so I've installed the radiator for my cooling with both sets of fans on there. So now we got 2 in, 2 out, blowing from the inside. We're going to blow across the case and back. Now I'm going to put a little thermal paste on my processor so I can go ahead and mount this to it. I'm just going to use, I just got this thermal paste I've had for a little bit of time now. Simple to use. Comes in a little case just like this. Put it on. Just put a dab in the middle of it so that when you push the heatsink on, it spreads the liquid out. It's just like a real thick paste. A lot of this stuff goes a long way, but let me show you how much I put on. If you can see that in there. Right smack dab in the middle, and then we'll push this bad boy on. And there we go. That's gonna look nice in there, I think. It's really big. That's what I like. All right, I'm gonna tighten it down and work on putting the fans, the colored LED fans, I want to go on the front. And what I found out is that I really like having this here, and off in the old case, I had this nice little filter, which happens to fit perfectly right here. It's magnetic, so I'm gonna use that to prevent dust from getting into the radiator of the cooling system. All right, that's going to be the end of this video. Next episode, I'm going to put all of those fans in that we were talking about and do the side casing of it. Probably I need to install those graphics cards. I think I'm going to have an issue with the mounting of those, so I had to order some pieces for that, some PCI slot extenders, and we'll talk about those when I get those in. But if you like the video, hit that subscribe, like it, and remember, stay classy, techs.